Hello viewers, you're welcome to another edition of Artificial Intelligence for Beginners. My name remains Vincent Hope. Today, we're not going to be talking about artificial intelligence AI tools. Today is going to be about text-to-text AI, and the one we're going to use for this lesson is called ChatGPT. So, the first thing we're going to treat, what is ChatGPT? Now, let's go to Google so that we can see what it means. Now, we type the question, what is ChatGPT? Click on it. Okay, what did it say here? It said ChatGPT is a form of generative AI, which we have talked about in our previous lesson. A tool that lets users enter prompts to receive human-like images, text, or videos that are created by AI. That is what ChatGPT is. Now, the question is, what is the meaning of ChatGPT? If we scroll down here a bit, we look at the meaning, the full meaning of ChatGPT. He said it's a generative pre-trained transformer, which we talked about in our lesson 1. So go back to lesson 1 and check it out. So GPT stands for generative pre-trained transformer, which is a type of large language model, which we talked about in our lesson 1. And it goes on to explain it in details. Now, there are different versions of ChatGPT. Now, the one we're going to use here now, for example, now you see that we have ChatGPT 3. Version 3. We also have ChatGPT 4, which is the current one that is in use. So the next thing we're going to do is to log into our ChatGPT. So all you need to do is to have a Google account. I have my Google account is already opened here. So you log into your Google account, then you click on this, and then you right click. For this one, we're going to, let me just right click it and open it on another window. Open this content on another window. So we have ChatGPT is open AI most advanced system, producing safer and more useful. So okay, let me click this one. Sorry, let me type ChatGPT. Okay, let me just use this. Okay, let me go on this one. OpenAI is actually this company that developed ChatGPT. So let me use this one, chatgpt.com. Click on this. Okay, fine. It gives us the prompt I was looking for. So now, let's make progress. So what can ChatGPT do? The first thing it can be used for, ChatGPT can be used to teach. Now, what kind of teaching? Now, let's say I want to learn how to bake a cake and I don't understand the procedure. Now, I can say, type in here in the prompt, steps to, or I just simply go and say, how to bake a cake. That's how do you bake a cake? I ask the question and I click here on this prompt. And I click here. Now it tells me this. So baking a cake is fun and rewarding process. Here are the simple step guides to help you bake a basic vanilla cake. It gives me the ingredients, 2.5 cups of flour, baking soda, salt, and the rest of it. I click this arrow to see more. Okay, it has gone further down. Let me scroll down. So after it gives me the ingredients, it tells me about the instruction. Preheat the oven. If I scroll down gradually, I follow the instructions. So preheat, tells you the steps, mix and dry ingredients, cream the butter and sugar, add eggs and the rest. So it's a very good tool for teaching. Let's take another example. Let's say how to raise chicken. Supposing I want to raise chickens, and I put my question mark and I click on it. Look at the question, how to raise chickens. So raising chickens can be a rewarding experience. So choose the right breed, egg-laying breeds, meat breeds, dual-purpose breeds. If you scroll down, it gives you more content. Okay, prepare a chicken coop, space, ventilation, routing bars, and the rest, feeding and watering. So it teaches you. Now let's look at another thing. If you are a student and you want to learn how to solve a particular equation, I can say how to solve quadratic equations. How to solve quadratic equations. Now if I click on this now, look at the question here, how to solve quadratic equations. So it says solving quadratic equation involves finding values of x to satisfy the equation ax plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now it talks about the factoring method. If the equal quadratic expression is factored, this, that. So it gives you the steps. So you can see that ChatGPT is a very good teaching tool. For example, if I want to solve a particular problem, I can say, okay, solve the maths problem. I can say that, solve the maths problem, okay. I can say that, let's do maths. I can say dash if x is equal to 2 and y equal to 5, solve 2x minus or plus, or so plus minus 5y plus 25, for example. Sorry, I put an equal sign. Plus 25, for example. I said 2 if 2x. If 2 and I'm supposed to put and here, okay. And I click solve. Look at the question here. Let's see what the answer is going to give us. If ChatGPT can actually solve this equation. Okay. It's taking a while. And if your network is a bit slow, it can also solve the process. So it's taking time. It shouldn't take time like this. Okay, it says an unusual activity. Let's ask the question again. Okay, let's say okay, just say I can use it. I can change the question. Say solve 2x plus 5y times, let's see, times 10. When x equals to 5, y equals to 6, for example. Let's check it again. Okay, let's see what it brings out. Fine, you see, you can do it now. Given the expression 2x plus y, so substituting x and y, so it substitutes the equation. This is equals to 10, this is equals to 30 times 10. According to the order of board mass or bit mass operations, 10 equals to 3. The answer is 310. So you can see it has solved your mathematical question. Now we can also, okay, how to speak French. I'm using ChatGPT, how to speak French. And I click the answer to give me an answer, to generate an answer. So learn basic French, bonjour, hello, bonsoir, good evening, salute, hi. So you can see ChatGPT brings out, can teach you basic things. Now the point number 2, ChatGPT can also write social media content. We're in a social media age. So one of the things you want to do, you want to help, let ChatGPT help you write a social media content. So you can say, you can use the word generate 50 words Facebook posts on how to be a good friend. For example, generate 50 words Facebook post on how to be a good friend, and I click this arrow. So look at the question here. Now you can see, now it goes straight, say be there through ups and downs, listen without judgment, celebrate your wins, support and trust honesty, and check and see the laughs, references. So I can just come to this place and click copy, go to my Facebook page or social media handle and paste the content I have. Now I can still come here and say, okay, let me type just direct. I can say short social media posts on the most trending topic online, the most trending topic online, and I say generate short social media posts on the most trending topic online. So it will look for the AI. Okay, now AI generated content is revolutionized social media. That's the most trending. So brands are leveraging on AI to create personal, engaging posts, enhancing by user experience, boosting engagement, stay ahead of the integrity. So this is a post it generated for me. Now I can still, if I'm a blogger and I want to write a blog and I'm looking for a particular blog to write, I can say, okay, generate 100 words blog post on the latest smart gadgets, and I say generate. Okay, if I say generate, let's see what it comes out with. 100 words blog post on the latest smart gadgets. So it will make sure the words are 100. It said the tech world is abuzz with innovative smart gadgets enhancing a daily life. Samsung Bali, an AI-powered robot, automatically controls home devices for fitness. And so it generates that social media post for that blog. So that's the first. So that's the second thing AI can do. It can generate social media posts. Now another thing it can do, it can also summarize content. Now, how does this work? I can decide to go to, let me close this, or let me go here into Google, and I go to, let me say, let me just take a look for a page that has some information. Let me just say news on Nigeria, for example, and I press enter. If I press enter, I can select this option, which is say we have heat wave in Nigeria, for example, and I open it here on another window. Okay, so this is a heat wave, 5 important lifestyle adjustments you need to do. It has a lot of content. So if I don't have the time to read it, what I can simply do using AI, ChatGPT, I can just copy the content, highlight the URL here, then Control C to copy, then go to ChatGPT. I can just simply say what? Summarize, put a column here, paste the link of the page to summarize, and I click generate. Now let's see what it does. I just simply say summarize and take the link. Now it will just come straight forward and give me simple. So it took the content, this content, which was a whole page here. It took this content. You can see how long the content is. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Continued. It came here. As I provided the link, it just to stay hydrated, aim to drink at least 3 waters a day, adding electrolytes and the rest. So it summarized the content here. ChatGPT can also summarize an article. Now I have an article on this page. Let me open an article which I opened previously. I have continuation of national income. This is an article which is actually like 2 pages. So if I just want to make a summary of this, I can Control A, which is C, then right click it and copy it, right click it and copy it, and come back to ChatGPT, and I put it here and I said summarize, put it here, and I paste it there, and I said generate the summary. Now it has taken the corner, so it will now summarize the topic, which is summary of national income accounting. Then it gave me, and look at the points here, you can see it came here, okay, came down, okay, I'm trying to scroll down. So I scroll down so you can see all the points here. So you can see how lengthy the page is. This is the length. In the Microsoft Word, it's actually 2 pages here. Go up. So I copied this content and I came back here and typed what? Summarize, and I pasted the content. Then it generated the summary for me in this content. So ChatGPT can summarize content. Now, the third thing that ChatGPT can do for you, or the fourth thing, is to provide you with basic health information. You can take it as an online doctor. You still have to see a doctor if you have serious issues, but if you have basic issues, you can ask ChatGPT to help you with some guidelines. For example, I can say, okay, ChatGPT, I have reoccurring headache. I have reoccurring headache. I have reoccurring headache. What is the cause and what can I do to stop it? For example, and I press generate, enter, you can click enter. Now it tells you recurring headaches can have many causes. One, possible causes of recurring headaches: tension headaches, migraine headaches, sinus headaches, caffeine withdrawal, hydration, eye strain, and the rest of it. Okay, how to stop recurring? Stay hydrated, that's take a lot of water, manage stress. So you can see it can help you now. Now if you can say, I do not sleep well at night. Okay, so I can answer what could be the problem. I'm asking it a question and I press enter to generate the content. Poor sleep at night may be caused by various factors, including lifestyle habits, environmental influence, stress and anxiety, poor sleep habits, sleep disorders, uncomfortable sleep environment, blah, 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 and the rest of it. So it can be your guide. Okay, I can simply ask it, okay, when is the best time to have dinner? That's your dinner, and I press enter to generate. So look at the question here, where is the best time to have dinner? So the best time to eat is between 6 and 8 a.m., at least 3 hours before sleep, and the rest of it. So ChatGPT can provide you with basic health information. Another thing that ChatGPT can do for you is to help you to be resourceful. What is being resourceful? Modeling your resources to the best way you can. Now, let's see an example how ChatGPT can help us to do that. Is okay. You go say, if you say now, I have just bread, egg, and tomato. What meals can I prepare with this? I just have 3 things. I have bread, egg, and tomato. What meals can I prepare? You're asking ChatGPT. Let's see what it comes up with. We press enter. Now, it said with just bread and egg, you can do 1 classic egg sandwich, scrambled fried eggs, sliced tomatoes, toast bread and rest, tomato and egg toast. Okay, you can do bread omelette, egg, tomato and egg stir, egg and tomato grill sandwich. So you can see a lot of things you can do with just bread, tomatoes, and egg. Now, for example, I can ask ChatGPT, as a Nigerian, I have just 500. I just have 500 naira. What meals can I eat with this? I have just 500. What meals can I eat? And I press enter. What meals can I eat with just 500? So with 500 naira in Nigeria, so you can take bread and egg, 400 to 500, and buy 1 loaf of agege bread. That's very interesting. 300. Buy 1 egg, 450. Fry and boil it. You can take Indomie. You can see. So ChatGPT can actually guide you to be very resourceful. Now, Another thing ChatGPT can do, it can also become a guide to what? Investment. Let's see, okay, when you say a guide to investment, what does that mean? Okay, now you say, I can ask ChatGPT, what would be the best way to invest 20,000 naira, or I think that's about $135. $135 in Nigeria. What would be the best way to do that? Okay, let's press enter and see. I want it to guide me. I just need have 20,000. What do I do? Now with 20,000, 135 wisely depends on your goals. Okay, the first thing you can do mini importation business. Buy cheap items like phone accessories, fashion items, beauty products from this website, Jumia, and the rest of it in wholesale. Resell at higher price, potential returns 50 to 100% margins. Food business, you can sell homemade food stuff like puff-puff, chin-chin, food always in demand, and the rest of it. So it gives you a lot of options on how to invest. Now, for example, I can say, okay, I just graduated from the university. So what would be the best and safest investment for me to start? For example, I say that what would be the best, okay, I'm just put a D here, and for me to start, okay, and I click my generate. Let's see what it comes up with. Congratulations on your graduation. Now it's time for a grade. Now, high interest investment apps. Okay, so we have PiggyVest, Cowrie Rice, Kuda, and RiceVest. These are places I can put my money and do some investment. You earn between 10 and 15% interest annually on your savings. Invest in stocks, real estate, foreign assets. Let's go further. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. What are the investments? It says, I'm trying to scroll up, sorry. Okay, it says learning high income digital skills, okay, like what you are learning now: graphic design, web development, digital marketing, UX design, copywriting, Udemy course, each of them. So it gives you ideas: minor importation business, reselling safe and profitable, buy cheap items from China, 1688, Alibaba, Jumia website, resell fashion items, and the rest of it. So that is what you can do to invest. Okay, you can also ask ChatGPT, what kind of side hustle can I add to my job? So example, you just have one job. So you can ask ChatGPT, what kind of side hustle can I add to my job? I press enter to give me the options of side hustles I can add: freelancing, online and flexible, earn money with skills, graphic designs, writing, work on Fiverr, Upwork, LinkedIn, or social media. You can start up with a smartphone or laptop. Okay, let's see the options: selling on Jumia, Konga, or WhatsApp. This is another way to have a side also, POS business from our pay money point and the rest of it. So you can see ChatGPT will serve as a guide to your investment. So let's make progress. Now, it can also give you advice. ChatGPT can give you advice. That is number 7 point. So what kind of advice? Okay, I can say, now I can ask to say, how can I read to become an A student? You're a student, you want to get advice, and you press enter. Okay, so let's see what ChatGPT comes up. To become an A student requires study strategies. I say, have a study plan, set realistic study timetable, allocate specific time, prioritize and difficult, study actively, not passively, use different study methods, read aloud, teach someone else. You can see this. This is one of the things we pioneer in IS. We teach somewhere else. Once you teach somewhere else, you know better. Eliminate distractions and the rest of it. Revise regularly and the rest of it. Now, that's I am looking for more advice. Okay. How, I can say let me ask a very funny question. How do I deal with stubborn rats in my house? Very funny question, but let's see what it comes up with. Okay, and I press enter. So how do I deal with a stubborn rat in my house? So what does it say? It says find, block, and entry points, inspect home, holes, cracks, and the rest of it. Set effective traps. Okay. Then use natural and chemical repellents, sprinkle peppermint oil, onion slices, crushed garlic, and the rest of it. So it has more options. Keep your house clean. Adopt a cat. Beautiful strategy. So ChatGPT can give me advice. Okay. I can still say what is the best way to preserve onions. For example, I have onions and I want to preserve them. I see they're going bad every time. So I click on this. Now let's see what kind of advice is to preserve onions. Store in a cool, dry, well-ventilated place. Best for all onions. Okay. The next thing is what? Use your refrigerators. Best cut or peeled onions. Freezing. Best for long-term storage. Drying them and making onion powder. So it has given me advice. So ChatGPT can give you advice. Another one, it can scan an image and describe it. Now let's look for an image on the internet. For example, let's say let's put for example, or let's talk about lions. For example, press enter. Let me come to images here. Okay, and I select this image here. Okay, and I put view. Let me just click view. This is important so that I can get just the image. Okay, so when I come to view, so there are two lions here. So I copy the URL, likely Control C, come to ChatGPT here, and I say describe, and I press open and I paste the URL and I say describe. Let's see what it comes up with. Now I said the image shows close up a large rat. You see, it made a mistake here because it's an AI, so it's supposed to say a large cat. So it said rat standing on what appears to be a rough surface. So it's trying to interpret it with long pause. Now because it's a generative AI, so sometimes it can make mistakes. Now let me choose another picture so that we can see. Let's talk about a picture on, let's say the eye, for example. Okay, let's take this and see what it comes up with. So let me take this picture here and I click view image. No distractions. I click it, copy, and I go to ChatGPT and I say describe, column, paste it, press enter to generate it. This image is a detailed label diagram of the human eye. You see, you got this one right, showcasing its various parts and their functions. It features a cross section of view, highlighting key structure of the cornea, iris, and the rest of it. So ChatGPT can describe, scan an image. Then number 9, ChatGPT can also provide tips. Okay, you can go and say provide tips. You can say what? I can just say what best books to read on money. Best books to read on money. Let's see what it says now. The best money mindset of financial freedom. Read That, Poor Dad, Kiyosaki, The Psychology of Money, Morgan House, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Okay, Investing in Wealth Building, Intelligent Investor, Benjamin Graham, and the rest of it. Now I can say best car to buy in Nigeria on budgets. Okay, press enter. So if I come here, if you are looking for Bernie Clark, say Toyota 1999 Corolla, the best one, you click here. You see, Honda Civic 2000, affordable, fuel efficient. So it gives you tips on the best castle, and it even gives you the price range of each of them. So that is about it. Can give you tips. Then finally, you can also use ChatGPT to play games. Now, this is also very interesting. So let's go to ChatGPT and ask it a question. What games can I play with you? What games can I play with you? I press enter. Okay. I can play, remember, you can what you call 20 questions. Okay, riddles, word association, hangman. These are the games it can play with you. Now, let's say I want to play 20 questions. Let's see whether we can catch it out. Okay, I want to play 20 questions. Okay, awesome. So here is how it works. Think of any object in your mind. I'm thinking of something now. ChatGPT doesn't know about it. Now, I'm thinking of a lion, for example. So I will ask the first question, is it a living thing? The first question, ready to think of the first question, is it a living thing? I will say yes. Okay. It will ask me another question. Question 2, is it an animal? I say yes. The third one, is it a pet? People communicate. I say no. I said, then he said, what, question 4, is it a wild animal? I said yes. Question 5, does it live in the jungle or forest? Yes. Is it a carnivore meat-eating animal? Yes. Press enter. So is it a big car lion? Yes. Enter. Okay. Does it have a mane like a lion? Yes. Press enter. So is it a lion? You see, got me there. Yes. I guess you were thinking of a lion. So you can see you can play games. Now, another final thing which I will let you you can say ChatGPT, you can say build me a simple game. Press enter. Let's see what it says. Now it can be, here is the number of guessing games. Now it's now generates it in HTML. Now if you are not familiar with it, you can learn the topic on HTML, CSS, and Java. So it generates the code from which you can use and run and produce a game. Let me press Ctrl. So it's still generating. So these are the things that ChatGPT can do for you. Just a quick summary. It can teach you. It can write social media content. It can summarize content. It can provide you with basic health information. It can help you to be resourceful. It can guide you to investment. It can get advice from you. It can scan image and describe, provide tips, and play games. So this is what ChatGPT, a text-to-text generative AI, can do for you.